right, good morning, boys and girls, or should I say good afternoon, good evening, whenever you find this video. Hopefully it finds you well. If you're in third, fourth, or fifth grade and you're coming to us from Aston, Pennell, Coburn, or Parkside, you're in the right place. My name is Coach Brian, and I'm going to put you through another warm-up exercise today, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, and you're going to complete the activity for this week's lesson. So today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the 5 components of fitness. If we look over here to the whiteboard, that's going to kind of keep us in check, keep us on task today. We talk extensively, especially in our fitness unit early in the school year, about these 5 components. And we're going to touch a little bit on them today. But hopefully, I know Mr. L, Mr. Clark, Mr. J, and myself have talked about these 5 components of fitness prior to today. So hopefully we have a good understanding of what's kind of expected and where these exercises that we're going to perform today fall into as far as what we're talking about when we're talking about the 5 components of fitness. So the first thing we're going to talk about is cardiorespiratory endurance. It's a big, long, drawn-out word. What does it mean? I know, especially at Aston, we talk extensively about cardiorespiratory endurance. And when we exercise, some of us tend to say, Coach, my throat hurts. My chest hurts. I'm breathing very fast, very rapidly. The reason for that is because we're working hard. So when we're working hard, we're actually breathing in oxygen at a much faster rate. Now that oxygen goes down to our heart, where our heart mixes with blood and distributes that blood to those parts of the body that are working overtime. So when we do things like in February, our Kids Heart Challenge, and we're jumping rope, that's a great example of a cardiorespiratory endurance exercise because we're jumping for a long period of time. Those that are really good at jump roping, I've timed you and I've clocked you coming in at multiple minutes. So that's a great form of cardiorespiratory endurance exercise. Another one would be running, right? I know a lot of us, especially now because we're confined to the house, if we take advantage of this beautiful weather we're having, we can get outside and run. That's another form of cardiorespiratory exercise. Other things like burpees, which we'll see today, and jumping jacks. Again, another example of these exercises that fall into that category we're going to see today in our warm-up exercise. Next component of fitness I want to talk about is muscular strength. All right. We all think that that's those big buff guys on the beach, right? That's not always the case. Different exercises we can do and we are going to do today that can increase muscular strength are things like plank holds. Being able to hold that muscle group and hold our own body weight up for a long period of time is a great example of muscular strength. Things like sit-ups, right? I know it's not always the most glorified exercise in our repertoire, but doing things like sit-ups, working on our core muscles. Things like lunges, where we're standing in place and we're doing those jump lunges, really work those muscle groups in our legs. Things like mountain climbers and push-ups are another great example of muscular strength exercises that we're going to see in today's activity and warm up. All right, then we move into muscular endurance. What's the difference between muscular strength and muscular endurance? Well, a lot of times when we're isolating a muscle group, whether we're doing things like push-ups and holding our weight, our own body weight, or if we were to turn that position upside down and we were doing the bench press and we were laying on our back and we were pushing forward, we're really concentrating on working our pectoral muscles, our chest, and our arms. So that would be an example of muscular strength. The difference between that and muscular endurance is our ability to do those exercises for a long period of time. Things like boxing, where I have to throw punches for an extremely long period of time. I know a round in boxing is only 3 minutes, but over the course of 12 rounds, that's a lot of repetition. So we need a lot of muscular endurance. Things like playing soccer. Hey, if you make it to the professional ranks in soccer, an average soccer game is 90 minutes. With no substitutions. So that's a really long time to have to withstand and run in place or in a direction, right? Change speeds quickly. Soccer is a great form of muscular endurance. Also tennis, some tennis matches can last for hours. So being able to withhold and play tennis at a really high performance rate is very difficult. So that would be another form of muscular endurance. Things around the house. I know Coach Brian, I've been having a lot of home projects going on. Being able to hammer or chop wood for a really long time would be another form and example of muscular endurance. And today when we do our warm-up activity, you're going to see some exercises that we're actually going to do that fall into that category. And the last one I want to talk about is flexibility. I know at Aston, we talk extensively about the importance of flexibility and warming up your muscles before you go out and perform a task, play a game, or just run around, essentially. We talk about the importance of flexibility and preventing injuries. I couldn't imagine showing up to a baseball or softball game and the coach just putting you in the infield and outfield, and now a fly ball or a ground ball's hit you and you have to throw it in as hard as you can. The rate of getting injured only increases. I know when I coach baseball or softball, the first thing I do is when my team shows up, I send them in the outfield, right? And they just start having a catch with a friend and warming up their arms. That way you don't pull any muscles when you do get put into a game situation. I know, I couldn't imagine showing up to a soccer game and imagine I now get a pass, I'm in front of the goal, and I have to shoot as hard as I can without properly warming up my legs. I only increase the chances of getting injured. That's why it's important to stretch before we perform and show up to different games and exercises. And the last and final component of fitness that we're not necessarily going to touch on, but I know we've talked about in class, is body composition. So those four I just explained are going to kind of be where we're going to find ourselves today and the exercises we're going to perform. So our objective today will be able to use 4 out of 5 of those components of fitness to complete the Giant Playing Card Fitness warm-up and activity. So if we look over here, we are going to do, for a warm-up, Giant Card Fitness, and then for an activity, we're going to play a game I call Playing Card Fitness, which you'll find attached to this lesson. You'll click on that, and that'll explain exactly how that activity works. The only piece of equipment you're going to need for that activity is your own personal set of playing cards. If you don't have it, don't worry. I'll have some alternative things you can use. You could possibly make your own playing cards up. Totally up to you to be creative and figure out how to navigate through that lesson. But don't worry, that's the only piece of equipment you'll need moving forward. All right, today, our warm-up activity is going to be called Playing Card Fitness, Giant Playing Card Fitness. I have provided these playing cards here. Again, notice they're oversized. I have a deck laying here. I'm just going to pick about 15 exercises out of these, and then collectively, as a group, we're going to perform those exercises. So do me a favor. If it's just you in front of the computer, go grab mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, big, tall, smelly, whatever the case may be. Go grab them, because it's always a lot more fun to work out with somebody else. All right, so the first card we drew was a 10 of diamonds, and it says jumping jacks. So what we would look at is the number 10, and we would do 10 jumping jacks. This is going to be our first exercise of today. So here we go. Let me just put this down, and together we're going to do 10 jumping jacks. Here we go. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, freeze right there. It's a great way to start. And we're going to pull our next card. Here we go. All right, we got an opportunity to catch our breath. This is a king, and it says you're going to do this exercise for 10 seconds. It's actually the seated straddle stretch. So again, before we were to go out, perform an athletic event, we probably want to stretch properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit on our backsides, spread our legs apart, and just go straight down the middle, and we're going to hold that position and pose for 10 seconds. Here we go. Drop down to the ground, legs apart, and you're just going to stretch right down the middle. You should actually feel it in the hamstring, the back of your legs. If it hurts, just back off a little bit, but you should feel a little bit and a nice stretch. Here we go. Let's hold this for 10 seconds. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure your legs are flat on the ground. If we bring our knees, it's kind of defeating the purpose. If we're cheating, all right, we're not going down fully. We're not going to fully take advantage of that and really feel that stretch in our hamstrings. All right, so 2 down. Next card we're going to pull is the plank hold. All right, I know it says 3 of diamonds, but actually on our card it says we're going to hold this pose for 30 seconds. So we're going to drop down to our elbows, keep that backside flat. We're going to try to be as flat like a board as we can, and we're going to hold that position for 30 seconds. Here we go. Drop this down. Drop straight down on our elbows, and we're in it. We're holding it. Here we go, 30 seconds. Halfway there. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Here we go. Pop on up. Fix this. All right, here we go. Next card. It is indeed another plank hold, and it looks like we're going to hold this one for 30 seconds. All right, so again, we're going to drop on down to that plank position and hold this for 30 seconds. Here we go. Straight down on your elbows. If you struggle, you can put your knees down. If you'd like, just try to hold that pose. Again, we're really working on concentrating on keeping our core tight and working those muscles. All right, so here we go. Let's try and hold that plank for 30 seconds. And we're in it. Ten seconds left. Nice work. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, make sure we are flat like a board, straight across. All right, 5 exercises down, 10 left. Here we go. Let's draw that next card. And indeed, it is another 10 jumping jacks. Here we go, 10 jumping jacks with me. Again, the jumping jacks fall into the cardiorespiratory endurance category. All right, our heart's working overtime, pumping blood to those parts of our body at a quick rate. Here we go, 10 jumping jacks. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. Here we go. Let's grab our next card. We're moving right into it. Here we go. We got jump roping. Again, another cardiorespiratory endurance exercise. And we're going to jump rope for 40 seconds. If you don't have a jump rope, no worries. We're just going to imagine we're going to move those arms, keep those elbows tight, and we're going to jump off of our toes. Here we go. 40 seconds. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Straight up. Make sure you're not jumping too high. Don't bring those knees to your chest. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Halfway there. Good work. Keep moving. 30 seconds. Here we go. Last 10 seconds. Let's make sure we're moving. Straight up and down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Catch your breath. Feel free. I'm going to pause the video for 1 second. I'm going to catch my breath. Feel free to grab a quick drink. All right, here we go. Next exercise. Ready? It is indeed standing squats, and that is a 6. So we're going to do 6 squats together. Here we go. Ready? Arms out for balance. See if you can see my knees. They're about shoulder width apart. Not too close, not spread out, way too far, but right underneath my shoulders. and we're going to go straight down. Here we go. We're going to do 6 together. Down and up. That's 1. Down, sit in that imaginary seat. 2. Down. That's 3. 4. 5. And last one. Here we go. Last one. 6. Nice work. Get your breath. I'll grab the next card for us. All right, here we go. Again, we drew that burpees card and lucky number 5. So we're going to do 5 burpees together. Here we go. Start feet shoulder width apart. We're going to go straight up to start. Here we go. 5 burpees together. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we go. Last one. Straight up. 5. Good work. All right. Again, catch your breath. 5 burpees. I'll grab our next card. Oh, all right. We get to catch our breath here. We're going to do the butterfly stretch, which again falls into the flexibility category of our 5 components of fitness. So we're going to sit in our backsides, put our feet together, try and let our knees touch the ground as we push down. Here we go. Butterfly stretch. Straight down, bring those feet in. Now you're really going to try and push your knees down to the ground. And we're going to hold this stretch for 20 seconds. All right, here we go. Take full advantage of this. Just kind of relax. You should feel a nice stretch inside here as we're trying to force and push our knees down to the ground. So it's about 15 seconds, 5 left. Here we go. Let's finish. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Got a chance to have a seat, catch your breath, and we're moving on as I grab our next card. All right. So I just drew sit-ups. And 9 of those. All right. So again, I'm going to fix the camera. We're going to pop on down, and we're going to do 9 sit-ups together. When we do sit-ups, make sure your feet are crossed. Your knees are actually, and your feet are going to come off the ground. You're going to grab your arms. You're going to put them across your chest. Make sure you're not grabbing your neck. Make sure you're not grabbing the back of your head, because that could only cause injury in the back of your neck. So make sure your hands are across your chest. What you're actually going to do is you're going to bring your elbows straight up to your knees every time. Here we go. We're going to do 9 of these together. Straight back, and we're coming up. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here we go. Last one. Nice work. 9. And let's freeze right there. All right, here we go. I'm going to grab our next card. Only 4 exercises left. You guys are doing awesome. Our next exercise is going to be jumping jacks again. All right, so again, we're going to do 10 jumping jacks together. Here we go. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, here we go. Great job. We're going to keep moving. I'm going to grab our next card, which is a sit and reach, and we're going to do that for 10 seconds. So again, let's take advantage of this. Let's catch our breath. We're going to go straight down on our backside. You're going to sit straight down. This time, you're going to keep your feet together, and you're just going to go down as far as you can. If you can grab your toes without lifting your knee off the ground, awesome. If you can only get halfway down your leg, that's totally fine as well. The object is to feel, again, a nice stretch in the back of your leg. So again, we're just going to hold this pose, see how far you can go down, and just really hold that. Make sure your knees don't lift off the ground. And here we go. 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. Here we go. Pop on up. We have 2 exercises left. All right, down to our last 2 exercises. You guys are doing awesome. Our next card is going to be run in place for 30 seconds. All right, so we drew that ace card, and we're going to run in place for 30 seconds. Here we go. Ready? Again, make sure you got your own personal space. Adjust the camera, and here we go. Ready? Begin. 2, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 28, 29, 30. Nice job. We're down to our last exercise. Here we go. Hopefully, we're breaking a sweat. We got that heart working overtime, breathing a little heavier as we come into our last exercise. It's actually going to be a nice little break here. We're going to do a standing quad stretch. We're going to do each leg for 10 seconds. So all you're going to do is stand in place. You can see me. You're just going to grab your leg and you're just going to hold it for 10 seconds. If you struggle to balance, you can grab your opposite ear or pick a mark on the ground to stare at, and it'll actually help you to keep your balance. Here we go. We're going to hold the right leg for 10 seconds. All right, awesome job. Just drop that leg down. Grab your left leg or the opposite. Did your right. If you did your left first, no worries. Again, we're going to hold that for 10 seconds. All right. What a great way to end our Giant Playing Card Fitness warm-up. You are going to be responsible for completing and performing the playing card fitness exercise and activity, which will be right where you found this lesson. That's your next exercise. Again, the only equipment you're going to need to complete that task is a set of playing cards. Again, you're going to do something very similar to the exercises we just did today. All right, so enjoy, have fun. Do me a favor, make sure somebody joins you when you are doing that exercise. All right, till next time, Coach Brian signing off. I'll talk to you later.